Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Depends on the time you're watching it. So you've been thinking of building your own developer portfolio, and you're stuck between buying a domain and creating the website. So if you don't want to push it further, you don't want to procrastinate further, you can use this open source project. I'll show you on which open source project this is based on, and I'll also show you the code as well, and I'll show you how you can deploy this and you know customize it for your own work. So as you can see, you get this custom domain. This is nothing but your username.github.io. So it's this basically your username.github.io. um, and I think this is a pretty genuine username. If you have a good GitHub username, you get a good domain name as well. My name has 420 in between because I created it when I was in college, so don't make that mistake. Okay, I'll show you how the website is, what it looks like, and then I'll show you the code. So this is the some things. The best thing I like is this dark mode and light mode, right? I love this. And then these are some effects which I added, and I tried to keep it in that custom neon kind of filter, cyberpunk neon filter. I was not able to get it, very much appealing, but I know it looks a little bit too flashy, but for now I like this. And I'll show you that this is my key highlights. This is the projects side. What is my experience? How does my experience look? If I don't have any open source project as of now, but this is a fine project. And these are the some technologies which I work on. I like this section much more, that it shows my certifications and learning. I like this very much. Okay, now let's quickly jump to the code side of it, and I'll show you how this is basically running. So this is the GitHub repository. Again, I showed you that the repository is named this, right? Your username.github.io. This will only work if the name of your repository is also this. Okay, so your username.github.io, you make sure that when you create the repository, you keep it as your username.github.io. Then only you will be able to deploy it over that particular domain. Okay, the main content of this whole code base is this config.json. So what is config.json? Config.json is the JSON file which is containing all of your data. So basically, whichever things are used, you are seeing, right? This name, these details, these highlights, everything is coming from this config.json file. So what happens is, when you update this file and you push it to GitHub, there are some workflows that are running behind. I'll show you those workflows as well. Those workflows take data from this config file and then update the HTML content of the page, and then deploy it over this domain. So you can see that it's a JSON, and then some JSONs have a list within it. If you add contents in that list, it will get updated on that page. I'll show you after pushing this also that how the changes look like on the site as well once you make a change. And yeah, so these are my certifications, and this is the skill site, this is the experience, these are the projects, and this is the socials basically. Okay, now where are the images stored? The images are obviously in the asset side. So your logos, your project images, this is the CSS file. So all the CSS are being handled here, and this is the simple JS file. Mind that this is not a React project, this is not a complex framework project. This is simple CSS, JS, and HTML. So you don't need to bang your head too much around it. You can simply, if you want to make changes in it, you can pull this repo, make changes, push to your own repository. That's fine. If you want to just fork this one, you can fork it. That's also fine. There's no problem in that. I can't show you the fork one because I'm my own repository. I can't fork it. But I'll show you the project, open source project on which this is based. So this is based on the project of this guy, Yashraj Naik. I'll just open it. I'll show you. Okay, this is also something I wanted to show. So this is your GitHub profile panel. It comes after you create a readme specific format. I'll create a video on that also, and I'll hide it somewhere around here so you can check it. Right now we'll just go to the work which we want to do right now. So this is his repository. If you want, you can fork this one and then create it. You will get your all the workflows also will get imported, so you don't have to worry too much about how you are going to build the pages. It will work nicely, very nicely actually. And I'll just go to his site as well. I'll just show you. So this is the base version. You can say this is the base version. I took this and I built on top of it. So you can see similar effects and the animations are there, but you know, this is a, you can say a base version of it, and on top of it I built this. If you want a simpler implementation, you don't want to jiggle around too much, you don't want to play with CSS too much, you can fork this one and use it. If you want to just take it a step ahead, you can fork this one, or you can obviously use something like Bolt AI or even ChatGPT to make changes and use it. I'd say you can use cursor. I used cursor, it is good. So you can use any of those to make changes as you like. Okay, now let's go and see how the actions are running. So I told you, right, the workflows, there are workflows in behind which are running. So you can see I ran it a lot of time. Okay, so there are basically two workflows which are running. One is this readme update. So this reads the content of your config.json and then updates in the readme file so that your readme file stays consistent. And then this is your page deployment. So as soon as you push it to GitHub, this workflow gets initiated, and then it builds the page, and then that page is deployed over this particular what do you call it, domain. If I show you this, so this guy's, he has his own domain and he is deployed over his own domain, but you can obviously deploy it over this domain. And if you already have a domain, you can map it, but if you don't have a domain, you don't want to buy a domain just yet, you can simply use this domain. As I said, it's free, so why not use it? Okay, again, we'll go back to the code and I'll open my VS Code to show how we can, you know, make some changes and then push. Not in this, but I'll go with this. First let me see if I have any changes or something. Okay, sorry, wrong spelling. Okay, nothing needs to be done. Sorry. Now let's go to the config.json and let's add something. So let's go back to the site and let's see. Let's say we add another social into this. Which social we would want to add? Or let's say we don't want to show this Linktree link, right? Because all the links are here, and if you go to Linktree, again, this is also a good thing. Linktree keeps all of your URLs at one place, so if you want to share, it becomes easier. All my these things are okay. It says Twitter, right? Twitter is wrong. It's not Twitter, it's X. So let's do this change only. Let's change the name from Twitter to X, or let's just make it Twitter/X. Okay, let's go back to the code. Where is my VS Code? This is my VS Code. Okay, so this was in social links, right? So this is the social link tab, social link keyword, and we'll go find Twitter. So this is Twitter. This is not Twitter. Our icon is X, and then in bracket we'll do. Okay, this is a very simple change. I don't want to make a complex change at this point and then, you know, break this code for some reason. And now let's just push it. Get add dot, and then we'll do commit. Where is my and? Okay. Get commit hyphen update it Twitter to X, and then we will get push origin into me. I'll just add a space here, it doesn't matter, but still. So everything has been pushed. Okay, let's go back to our this page. We'll go to GitHub. Let me refresh this. So you can see config.json changed just now. Now if you go to the actions tab, you will be seeing this automatically got triggered. So you don't need to specifically go and trigger it. As soon as you do it, the workflow has been created in such a way that it will trigger by itself, and you don't need to create it again. If you fork the repository, it will come to you by default, so don't worry on that. Now let's just wait for a few minutes for this to get built. As soon as this built, we will go to the page and we'll refresh it, and then we'll try to see that if what the change we wanted to do is it done or not. Again, I'm just repeating. We just renamed this from Twitter to X and then bracket Twitter, right? So this should work. And let's close this. This is our running. This is nothing else is there. Yeah. And I'll close again. I'm telling you, this repository is very good, and I suggest if you want to fork from where I suggest that you fork it from this panel itself, because it will be very easy for you to follow and then implement it. And then if you want to make changes, you can come back to my repository and then make changes. Okay, so this is done. Page deployment is completed. Let me close everything. Not everything, let it be. Okay, so that's okay. This is done, right? Okay, let's come here. Let's refresh this. Get in it, and you can see this change is done. So it is as simple. You don't need to go to the HTML page. You don't need to make changes in that. You just change the config, push it to GitHub, and then all the things will be taken care by itself. Okay, this is an open source project, so you don't have any foundations key that you can't use it. Obviously, you can go ahead, use it, and make changes in whatever way you want. Make this your own, claim this domain name, and have fun with it. We'll meet in next video. This is it for this video, and this is if you are new here, you are probably new here. The channel is just getting started. If you are new here, feel free to like, share if you want, and subscribe as well. We are planning to make this a continued effort, so it will be glad if you stay. Thank you.